morning, beloveds. I probably look a little, I don't know, shocked. I'm definitely not awake yet. It is the 4th of July, and the fireworks started Friday night. So we had fireworks Friday night, we had fireworks last night. There will probably be fireworks tonight, unless it rains, because, yeah, it rained, it wasn't a heavy rain, it was a light rain for a good bit of the afternoon. So there weren't a whole lot of fireworks, and hey, rain lessens the fire chance for, fireworks. So that was, yeah. But it's going to be a good day, and I just want to show off just a little bit. I'm going to stand up and cut my head off because I want you to see my t-shirt. So I have told you before about Frank, and so I finally broke down and I bought 2 of each of the shirts that Frank is selling. So Frank is a gargoyle. He is an 80-pound gargoyle sitting on a woman's porch in Ohio. We have determined that it is Ohio. And beyond that, it doesn't matter where she is. But she got a letter from a neighbor complaining about this 80-pound gargoyle during Christmas. And she said, alrighty then. She'd actually been having a really hard time anyway. And this letter just kind of sent her over the top, over the edge. But over the edge in a good way. She said, oh, gargoyles aren't Christmas? I will show you. Hence was born Frank the Christmas Gargoyle. And it is a Facebook page. And she now goes all out for holidays. She did a week for Nurses Week. And she decorates the porch, and then she writes this amazing story. And because people wanted to start sending her money and sending her stuff, and she's like, I don't need anything. Let's support some organizations that do. And so the food bank, which is how we know she's in Ohio, she supported 3 food banks. She supports the Cincinnati Zoo, which is where Fiona the hippo lives, and Fiona has become a large part of this story too. She's also supported, this t-shirt in particular supported an organization called Leashes of Valor. And it trains service dogs for veterans, military veterans. And so when I saw that, I was like, I have to have that shirt. So I bought 1 of each for me and my partner. And because I was already on there and already buying shirts, I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and get the Team Frank Christmas shirt too. So I have the team, and it's the gang across for Christmas. And she's already raised $2,000, almost $2,000 for Leashes of Valor. And she also, for Memorial Day, I think it was Memorial Day, she put up a link for the Gary Sinise organization. She put up, in one of the food banks that she supported, because she supported 3 different ones, was for here in Texas during our freeze. So this woman took a nasty note from somebody and turned it into this amazing thing. I hope to God that there will be a book, like a children's book, because I would buy the children's book, and I will buy it for everybody, because she will donate the money from the book to an organization, and it'll be a good story because you can read it. So if you need a feel-good moment on Facebook, go to Frank the Christmas Gargoyle. That's the page. And I'm sure there are fan pages out there, so make sure that you go to the original and read the stories and look at the pictures and see the good that this woman is doing because somebody criticized her gargoyle. She's amazing. She just supported a ROTC unit, a local ROTC unit, by putting a green toilet in her front yard. And you can pay to keep the toilet in the yard, and you can pay to have the toilet taken away. And her fan page kept it there for, I think, 2 weeks. So, and she was thrilled. She was thrilled. She was happy, and made a whole lot of money for it. So this is what she does. And it's like, if you can do that with your life, then, so as she said, it is the 4th of July. This shirt supported the Leashes of Valor. So we do want to thank all of our men and women of the armed services. It is Independence Day. I'm not going to tell you the history of it. Read the Declaration of Independence. But we want to say thank you, because they're the ones who keep us free. So, but yeah, if you need to feel good, go check out Frank the Gargoyle. And then we will do what I'm actually on here to do, not to promote another page. It's just, if you need to read something that will make you feel good about people, Frank will do it. All right, July 4th, our title is I Am Love. And our Bible quote is, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, for God is love." And this is 1 John 4:18, 16. Okay. And they organized the Bible quotes to make the most sense to them. My eyes are a bit wonky this morning, sorry. "There is no fear in love, and there is no liberation from fear without love. Fear is based on the supposition that we are unprotected, rejected, friendless. If the fearful mind would entertain love and the harmony and peace that go with it, it must turn from everything that denies this love, and trusting in divine guidance, open its being to the influx of love, not just love of God, but love of everything, for love is all-inclusive. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Today, divine love and infinite tenderness sustain me, in order that I shall not separate myself from this love. I endeavor to see it reflected in everyone and everything. I shall permit only that which is loving, kind, and true to find entrance or exit through my consciousness. Thus I shall be assured that I am bathed in the warm glow of that love which casteth out all fear. Becoming conscious of myself as I really exist in the mind of God, I shall find that I am walking in pathways of peace, that something within me, like a magnet, attracts that which belongs to itself. This something is love, the supreme impulsion of the universe. I know that I have no existence apart from this love. As I grow in the knowledge that I am one with the Spirit, I know that I shall grow in the ability to use the love within me." So there's no greater power than love. And if God is love, then love is all there is. I think that's a Beatles song. And I like how he says, becoming conscious of myself as I really exist in the mind of God. Because frequently I say that. I talk about that. I talk about going back to God's idea of who we are. We get caught up in, and I'm going to say, the material world. And I'm not saying the material world is bad. I'm not. What I am saying is that the material world can be very confusing. And so we get caught up in it. We get caught up in what we think we should be, or who we have been told that we should be. And religion and society and culture and your family and your friends and total strangers have an idea of who you should be. But the only person, and I use that word loosely, that has any idea of who you should be, that matters, is it's between you and God. So you go back to God's idea of you. You go back to the whole idea of who you are without all of the dressings. Because that's where healing happens. Both physically, mentally, and emotional healing happens when you go back to God's idea of you. And God's idea of you is always love. It is also always whole, which is why we use the word perfect. It's perfect because it's whole. It's not flawless because we're here to have a human experience, and a human experience is naturally messy. And when I say messy, I don't necessarily mean messy in a bad way. As one of my classmates, Reverend Lane, would say, it's wonderful, juicy, messy human experience that we get to have. And we get busy trying to fit it in this narrow channel of what we think we should have, and we miss out on a lot. So it's like, one, get out of the channel, and two, go back to God's idea of who you are. And it's expansive and beautiful and wonderful. And live that life. Don't play small. Don't play small. So, I am love. And that is a power statement. Get up in the morning, look yourself in the eye, and say, I am love. And then go and see how your day changes. See how your life changes if you tell yourself who you are every morning. There is no fear in love, but perfect love, that means whole love, casteth out fear, for God is love. All right? So from 1 John 4:18 and 16. So there is no fear in love, and there is no liberation from fear without love. There's no fear in love. And that may take you back to a little bit more of an Eastern idea of love, which is more subjective, versus what can be a very Western idea of love, which is objective. In the West, we have this idea of love we love lots of things. And I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm just saying that you want to bear in mind that when we turn love into an object, then it's about what it can do for us. And that Eastern idea of love, and when I say Eastern, I do mean Buddhist idea of love. Love is subjective, and so there's a mutual benefit in love, okay? It's not just what's good for me, but it's also what's good for you when we talk about love, which definitely includes the idea of tough love, all right? Fear is based on the supposition that we are unprotected, rejected, and friendless, which is never true. That is never true. We are never rejected, never unprotected, and never friendless, because we have the one source. And that one source protects the core of us. The core of us. So we are responsible for protecting the material vehicle that we walk around in the world in. We are responsible for that. But that central spark of us, that divine spark, that is never unprotected. Never unprotected and can never be harmed. All right? The flame that lights us. It can't ever go out because it's coming from an inexhaustible source. If the fearful mind would entertain love and the harmony and peace that go with it, it must turn from everything that denies this love. All right, so when we are in fear and we turn to the love with the capital L, I don't know, I'm a little dyslexic, so that makes a little weird. So we turn to the capital L, the love with the capital L, then the peace and the harmony that go with that love, the capital L love, the divine love, will naturally we will turn away from anything that denies it. Because we'll go, wait, nope, nope, this is better. I'm going to go this way. And that love will, so we turn away from everything that denies this love and trusting in divine guidance, which is coming through that love, open its being to the influx of love, not just the love of God, but the love of everything, for the love is all inclusive. So when we turn to the divine love, we cannot help but be part of that all-inclusive love. That all-inclusive. And so what does that mean? What does all-inclusive love mean? It means that we love everyone and everything. There is no one who is left out. That means that, and I'm going to use the word race loosely because it doesn't actually exist. That no religion and no ethnicity and no culture and no person, so skin color and sexual orientation, the LGBTQ plus, no one is left out. No one is left out. Absolutely everyone is loved. Now, there are behaviors that are going to be non-preferred, and there are going to be behaviors that are harmful. Now, those, we are going to let those go. But the people, and not just the people, the four-leggeds, the plants, the animals, the planet, everything that is living and breathing, we're going to love. Absolutely everything. Don't talk to me about some of the six-leggeds. I'm going to love them, but they're not welcome in my house. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Today, divine love and infinite tenderness sustain me, in order that I shall not separate myself from this love. In order that I shall not separate myself from this love, I endeavor to see it reflected in everyone and everything. Okay, that's that list I just gave you. There's no one that God does not love. You will never look in the eyes of someone God does not love, especially your own. All right? So let's start there. There's no one God doesn't love. That means that when we enter into that divine love, that capital L love, we love absolutely everyone and everything. That means we treat them with dignity. That means we treat them with respect. That means that we make a place for them. And if we don't make the place for them, then we are open to the place for them. That everyone has a voice. It's all about dignity and respect. I shall permit only that which is loving, kind, and true to find entrance or exit through my consciousness. That's about the three gates. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? If I can say it in a loving manner, then I can say it. And if I cannot, then I need to go back and think about it until I can. And if I can't say it in a loving manner, then it doesn't need to be said. Neither entrance nor exit through my consciousness. Thus I shall be assured that I am bathed in the warm glow of that love which casteth out all fear. Yep. Becoming conscious of myself as I really exist in the mind of God. Knowing who we are. Knowing that we are the beloved children. Always. And when I say beloved children, I mean absolutely everyone. Every living thing. Every living thing. There is no one that I'm leaving out in that statement. For any reason. I shall find that I am walking in pathways of peace, that something within me, like a magnet, attracts that which belongs to itself. Because I look for the good. And the good finds me. And that which is not good, I'm guided away from. or I recognize and walk away from, or I recognize and I have the power to do something about. And any of the three can be true. I can be guided away from a situation that's not for me. I can recognize a situation which is not healthy, which is not safe, and I choose to walk away. Or I walk into a situation which I recognize that I have the power to help. All three can be true. Because just because a situation appears in front of me does not mean that I have to physically enter into the situation. If it does appear in front of me, then I do have a responsibility to treat about it. But it doesn't mean I have to physically involve myself in it. All right? I will treat, which means I am not going to ignore a situation. But I will accept the guidance that appears in front of me, that suggests how I can be of a good in a situation. And that's the divine guidance. Becoming conscious of myself as I really exist in the mind of God, I shall find that I am walking the pathways of peace, that something within me like a magnet attracts that which belongs to itself. This something is love, the supreme impulsion of the universe. I know that I have no existence apart from this love. What animates me, what powers me, what fuels me. Same thing that fuels you, love. As I grow in the knowledge that I am one with the Spirit, I know that I shall grow in the ability to use this love within me. As we know who we are, we use that love more effectively. It's the way it is. All right, beloveds. Our mission today is to become more conscious of who we are. Okay. Our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is becoming conscious of ourselves as we really exist in the mind of God. And bear in mind that the mind of God is love. Always love. Only love. That's the mission. It's about knowing who you are. And who you are is a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased, always and forever. That is the state of grace that we live in. And it is the state of grace that we can afford to each other. We can extend to each other that love. Always. Always, always, always. And that love is subjective, not objective. It's not about what it can do for us, but it's how it benefits us together. All right, beloveds. I am not going to do anything to engage my mind and my body today, which is not true. I'm up and I'm moving. I don't see any sun, so probably not going to get any of that. I am truly taking a day off. I'm truly taking a day off. I'm taking a day of rest. I'm going to leave my house to go outside to take one picture, and then I'm coming back in. There is a service for you. Do not worry. Join us at 11 a.m. for Facebook Live. The service is ready. All right? So it will be a good one. Please check it out and enjoy it. And then next Sunday, you can join us in the service in person. We are going to open this. We're going to be open. So please come in. And you are welcome to take the precautions that you feel comfortable with. If you want to wear a mask, you can wear a mask. And there will be hand sanitizer and masks available. So we're prepared for this. And we are looking forward to seeing you again. So whatever it is you do today, please do drink plenty of water. It's still hot out there. And please enjoy the day. Please enjoy the day. Whatever it is that you decide to do. And while you are becoming conscious of who you are in the mind of God, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven now. Always and forever. All right, beloveds. Have a wonderful day. join us at 11 a.m. for the service, and join us on the Facebook page for the Facebook page, the YouTube page for all the amazing content that's up there. The Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube page, and you can always check me out on mine. I'm the Running Rev Ryan YouTube page, and I did have a good run yesterday, so the Running Rev is still running. It's awesome. But have a good day. Have a good day. And if you're going to play with fireworks, please be careful. All right? Have plenty of water, and follow all of the safety guidelines. All right, beloveds. Have a wonderful day. I will see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and I know Reverend David will see you around 5 p.m. today. Or whenever he gets around to it. I love it. All right, beloveds. Have a wonderful day.